Hi, Papa. Good morning, YouTube. The boys are here to say good morning. Yes, they are all happy this morning. So how is everybody doing? Today we are going to talk about mental health and all of the fun that brings with it, as well as the tasting journal, because I'm getting a little bit more questions about the tasting journal. So I decided let's go ahead and do that. Okay, now let's go ahead and share the feed out. Sorry guys, I know this takes bloody ass forever. No. And what it did. You did it twice. Gotcha. There we go. Select all. Copy. Share. Sorry guys. I know this takes bloody forever. I'm not sure if it worked. Do. Sorry. Hey, Christy Randall, how you doing, my dear? Sorry, this is taking forever. I apologize. I'm trying to get it out. And then we will get on with the day. Tweet. No tweet. Sorry guys, this always takes bloody forever. But I like to make sure that we have everybody in here before we just start. So I have one more and we will be done. I always use this one for last. Video, apply, post. Okay, let's do this. Whoops, wrong button. Live chat. Hi, Christy. Hi, Michael. Oh my God, I'm glad you guys you're here and you're not leaving. Thank you for letting me get through that. Today, I do not actually have a review to do. I am actually out of cannabis, which sucks. We may have some more this afternoon. I don't know if there's a dispensary out there or a caregiver out there that is interested in sponsoring a couple of shows. I am here. I am willing. I am happy to do so. So with that, we are going to jump into this story time. I decided I needed a psych evaluation. I've been having some very detrimental depression issues. It's been hard for me to get out of bed. As you guys know, some of my video uploads lately have been really sporadic. They've been late or they haven't happened. And for that, I very sincerely apologize. I am trying to get back on schedule. I knew I had a mental health issue. I knew that there was a problem. My mother was manic depressive my whole life. And I fought against it. I didn't want to have that stigma put on me of being bipolar, but I have decided that it is time to deal with those issues of my past. They keep coming back to me in my dreams, and I wake up with these terrors, and all I want to do is scream. And honestly, I have looked at ending, my existence at this point. It's when you have your past coming back at you and screaming at you all the time, it's really, really difficult. I was severely abused as a child. And through growing up, I've been through a lot of PTSD, a lot of PTSD. For some reason, I seem to find people to be in my life that need help, they need healing, and I want to help them, and I want to help make them feel better. And when that happens, I forget about me completely, and I start focusing on other people. And that's bad. You can't do that. So I decided it was time. I am old enough now to deal with this crap in my past. I wasn't always a great person, or a good person. I was always a decent person. I never did anything to hurt anybody else. But I always forgot about me. I always internalized my hate and my fears and my aggression and my anxiety. I internalized it to the point to where people around me couldn't tell if I was upset, if I was happy, if I was whatever, and my moods would just swing back and forth really bad. So the first thing I did was I went to my GI doctor because I've been having some GI problems with the gallbladder and all that other stuff. You know something? I think we need to smoke. What do you guys think? Because we are here to smoke and enjoy. But I did want to share part of my psych eval with you guys because I have personally never seen this. I went to my GI doctor and my GI doctor said, okay, the marijuana is going to be your best friend for the next couple of weeks. And I was like, wow, really? Okay. She's cool with it. That's cool. So my GI doctor is all happy about the fact that I'm using cannabis. And she doesn't want me to stop. She is thrilled. So I do want to share that. So there are doctors out there that do look at look at cannabis as a medication. I had a serious opioid addiction for years and years, and I hate to fucking talk about that because it was bad. My kids knew about it. Dawn knew about it. Everybody knew, and I knew everybody knew, but I didn't care. I was so addicted to those opioids, and I needed them. And doctors would just give them to me because, you know, you're a cancer patient. The doctors don't want to see cancer patients in pain. They don't want to see us hurting. They don't want to see these problems. So they're going to help us, and they sadly aid in our addiction. And I hate to say that because there are times that we need those opioids. And there are times that we mentally need those opioids because we're so addicted. And that addiction is tough. But what the major thing that I wanted to talk about today is that there is actually a code, and I've been diagnosed with marijuana use disorder. So evidently I'm doing this wrong, I guess. So I'm using wrong or something, right? I know that's not what they're saying. They're saying that I have a problem because I have to use cannabis on a daily basis. Well, I have to use cannabis on a daily basis because I'm in pain. Because this stuff hurts. My insides hurt. My gallbladder hurts. So I have to use cannabis because I can't use the doctor's prescriptions anymore. They are taking those away from all of us. Now they want to take away cannabis, so they want all of us to live in a daily amount of pain. So this is the question I have for them. Is how much pain is too much pain for us to be in on a daily basis? I have to know. How much pain are they going to allow all of us to be in because they're throwing a hissy fit over something as simple as cannabis, as an oil? So today I'm actually using what I call Reclaim. It falls down into our little area right here, and we've gotten over 2 grams of oil this way. Oh my God, so yummy. So strong though. Oh, yum. Are you keeping an eye on Mom today? Is that what this is? Yeah, well, you come closer if you want to. Raffy sticks close to Mom when she's having bad days. Don't you, Papa? So I decided I wanted to kind of show you guys this. It's where it says marijuana use disorder moderate. marijuana use disorder. And I told her, she asked me how much I smoked during the day. And I said, probably 3 bowls. And that was a moderate. That was a moderate to severe. She couldn't believe it. That helps me with pain. That helps me get through the day. That helps me make sure that I'm not going to puke all day long. Because that's how it works in this house. Yes, I have an eating disorder. I do not have complete control of it. What are you doing, Papa? And so I have to fight with it on a daily basis, and I use my marijuana to do that with. So when she said marijuana use disorder, every mental health issue has a DSM code to it. So the marijuana use disorder, moderate, is at F12.20. So what I did was I looked that up because I wanted to see what that meant. What exactly does this mean? So the ICD-10-CM code F1220, which is a cannabis dependence uncomplicated, which means I'm not lying about it. Hello from Oklahoma. Good morning, Christy. I love you when you were in here. My doctor is supportive of cannabis also. Thankfully, I have PTSD from my past cannabis. Helps with my symptoms. I absolutely agree with you. I don't know what I would do without cannabis. I have other physical disorders that it helps with too. So do I. That's why I use. But the reason why I'm doing this is to show you guys that not all doctors are happy with cannabis. They're not seeing the medical benefits to cannabis. So let's talk about the medical benefits to cannabis before we read what little description this thing has, because it is very small. It's kind of funny. Medical marijuana helps me on a daily basis keep my food in my stomach. It helps me eat. It helps me get an appetite to where I can physically eat. Now that's a good thing. Otherwise I wouldn't eat, and I do lose weight constantly. It's kind of a... When I get into one of these spells, my body aches, I hurt, my brain just wants to go away. It wants to just sleep. It wants it all to stop. My brain gets tired of remembering those things. So with these kids that have PTSD, you got to look at how to help them appropriately. I was a young child, and I ended up in CPS, and I had to do counseling, and that I wouldn't talk to the counselor. I had nothing to say to that counselor. Why? Because they were a counselor. I don't want to talk to somebody about my problems. Why would I want to talk to a stranger about what I'm doing? Even though I do that every day online, which is totally different. You guys help me with my problems a lot more than anything. At least being able to talk about them helps a lot. But this F1220 is a billable ICD code used specifically to diagnose cannabis dependence uncomplicated. A billable code is detailed enough to use to specify a medical diagnosis. So that means this was just made up. They're saying that because you're using cannabis, you have a problem. Whether or not you've used it once, whether or not you've used it twice, you have a complicated or an uncomplicated billable code problem. That means that they can get paid to try to help you get rid of this, which I can't say that I'm ever leaving cannabis. Come on, really? Me walk away from cannabis? I can't see that happening. I have a full channel. I have a full website. I mean, the next thing that we're going over on this is the tasting journal. I have come so far in this industry. Why would I walk away now? So this billable isn't even worth my time. I will definitely, but however, they said I am bipolar. I can kind of believe that. I believe I can switch emotions on a dime. I'm really good at that. I can go from happy to sad in no time. I can be happy on all of these videos, and then I can go back in my house, be depressed, and hide away underneath the covers. So I'm a great, I guess, actress on that specific sport. So this also says the ICD code F12 is used to code cannabis dependence. Cannabis dependence or cannabis disorder is defined in the 5th revision. So it only came in the DSM-5, the newest edition of the DSM, is what they're telling me here. revision of the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of the Mental Disorders, DSM-5, as the condition-required treatment. Let's see, cannabis-dependent, unspecified, approximate match. There's really not a lot here. Cannabis-dependent, continuous, approximate match. Sorry, my bad. Cannabis-dependent, epidemic, approximate match. This official approximate matching mapping between ICD-9 and ICD-10 as provided by the General Equivalency Mapping of Crosswalk. This means that while there are no exact mappings between the ICD-10 code and F12.20, a single ICD-9 code 304.32 is an appropriate match for the comparison conversion purposes. Basically, it means is that the F12.20 code gives the psychiatrist and psychologist the right to put it on this piece of paper and bill to try to treat. That's exactly what that means. It doesn't mean there's an actual problem. It doesn't mean that they've found an actual problem. What they're saying is that they put it in the very newest part of it, and the F12.20 code covers cannabis dependence, alcohol dependence, opioid dependence, any of those dependents that you could possibly get. So that F12 is just a blanket so that we, the psychiatrist, can bill for those hours. Go figure. So when I was at my GI doctor, she was like, oh my God, people need to start seeing cannabis in a different aspect. They need to start mapping it and tracking it and all that good stuff. Well, guys, that is exactly what I do. And that is what I showed my GI doctor. And she was like, oh my God, that is amazing. I want a copy. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing a copy. You can go to my website. Everything gets put on my website. So that's exactly what I do. All of these are mapped in here. Now, if you go to my website, you'll see pages that you can print off that have your tasting journal on it. And I did my tasting journal this way to show you guys how easily done it can be. This is just a plain notebook that I picked up at Walmart. It has plain white pages on it, no writing, as you can see, front and back. It's all it is. It's like a sketchbook. I used it, I copied the pages off of my website, I cut them out and put them on each page. And then as I wrote up what I wanted to, I put all of that in here. Now, as you go through my book, you'll see different things like numbers and different check marks and codes. That means, and it's pretty simple, I decided I was going to map more than just what the plant is and where its characteristics are. I wanted to map how it helped me. So I started putting numbers in. I was at an 8 when I started smoking. When I was done, I was at a 5. I want those numbers in there because that tracks where the pain levels are. So it is really that simple. I just got a notebook, and then these are just little paper clips that I picked up at Walmart just because I wanted to do something a little different. You can pick something up like that, put them in there. It helps hold the pages down as well. It also helps give an easy way of looking for what to look for what you're looking for. Because this book is almost full, there's almost 60 reviews in this particular book. I think I have over 100 reviews in another book. So that's what I do, is I sit and I review all of the cannabis and how it's helping me on a daily basis. Now, if I'm lucky enough to be able to get leaves, I Mod Podge them into the book. I use stickers to show if I liked the product. So it'll be a laugh, a smile, as long as there's no unhappy faces, which you'll see none in here so far. Oh, I missed a page. Oh, I'm in the back. Duh. So as you guys can see, I do a lot of this stuff in here. When I did my thankful dabs, all of them I put all the little papers in here so that I had copies of those for my thankful dabs. You'll also see those as soon as I get them written up on the website. I have not been really good about that. Do you have a bush? I do. I am right now working with several CBD plants. So I will pull leaves off of there and put them in the book. So I am cultivating some CBD right now. Any other questions? So yeah, it's really that simple. All I want to do is I want to know how it makes me feel. I want to know where it comes from. I want to know how it helps my pain. I also kind of put little, like for Halloween, I used Halloween stickers. I wanted to decorate the book my way. So that's kind of how I did it. Let's go ahead and heat this thing up again. What you think? So I'm sorry to say that I haven't been doing really, really well. That's why I haven't been on here much. This time of year always gets me down. And this time of year is hard for a lot of people. It really is. And hubby always asks how he can help, and you know, I'm home alone 8 hours a day, and the only people I really have to talk to is you guys. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you're interested, if there's anything in this video you're interested in. When I do the reviews, that's what we talk about. I do tell a little bit of how I'm feeling that day, what's going on. This time of year really gets to me. It's hard on me. It's hard on a lot of people. And I encourage you guys to call the hotline. And I'll make sure to get the hotline in the video description down below, because this is a hard time of year for a lot of people. It really is. You know, we have just enough money to pay bills, but no money to get Christmas presents for each other or the kids or anything else. It's really a hard time of year. There's a lot of people that face that. Okay. Wow. Considering we live out in the middle of the desert, it has been surprisingly busy and loud vehicle-wise lately. I don't like it. I like the quiet. Yeah, bills are paid, but no Christmas. I know, it's crazy. Every Christmas, and it sucks. It really sucks. I guess I will say goodbye for now. Love you guys. Have a great day.